Chapter 11b. Germany. Germany had a thriving film industry in the 1920s. Some of the most memorable films of that era, both silent and early sound, were German. Metropolis and M, Nosferatu, and The Blue Angel. But as the political climate changed in the 1930s, creative types like Fritz Lang and Marlene Dietrich fled to Hollywood, and the German film industry was used for propaganda purposes. At the end of World War II, the defeated Germany was divided into 4 zones, which became essentially East and West. Film was then used as a different kind of tool to deprogram or re-educate the German people of their Nazi ideology. American films dominated the marketplace, though there were a number of homeland films with pictures of unbombed-out German cities and literary adaptations. It was in this environment that 26 young filmmakers at a film festival in 1962 wrote a manifesto to protest the restrictions of the post-war German film industry, known as the Oberhausen Manifesto because of the location of the festival. This and the development of public broadcast television, which was looking for German content, gave young German filmmakers a place to showcase their work without the pressure of making a lot of money. These films were successful on TV, as well as at European festivals like Cannes, Venice, and Berlin. 3 directors to discuss in detail: Fassbinder, Wenders, and Herzog. Rainer Werner Fassbinder, with an I, not like the actor Fassbender with an E. Fassbinder died young at 37 from a drug overdose, but was extremely influential. He liked melodramas, but his were much more lurid and twisted, sexual, than those of Douglas Sirk. His films looked at deep-rooted prejudices about race, sex, sexual orientation, politics, and class that existed in post-war Germany. Of course, this was not necessarily what Germans wanted to hear. The Marriage of Maria Braun was his most successful film. Wim Wenders, on the other hand, was less provocative than Fassbinder. His films are known for their cinematography, vast open spaces, and for their avant-garde style narratives. Wings of Desire was remade with Meg Ryan and Nicolas Cage. I do not recommend it. But then in the late 90s, he made a documentary about Cuban musicians called the Buena Vista Social Club, which was hugely successful. Soundtrack sales, DVD sales, awards, the works. And he has since made a documentary about blues musicians. Finally, Werner Herzog. Herzog is extremely prolific. He recently made a 3D documentary called Cave of Forgotten Dreams, and made a really moving documentary short about texting and driving called From One Second to the Next. But he is also known for his narrative films, in particular those made in the 1970s with the actor Klaus Kinski, who was crazy. Seriously. Volatile, unstable, but of course perfect for the roles he was cast in. Fitzcarraldo was an infamously troubled project, as documented by filmmaker Les Blank in the documentary Burden of Dreams. But these days, Herzog is known as much for his iconic voice and accent as for the films that he has made himself. One of my favorite short films in recent years is Plastic Bag by Ramin Barani, about the existential journey of a plastic shopping bag, voiced, of course, by Herzog. These 3 German film directors have nothing in common with each other than working at the same time. But they are a testament to the rebirth of German cinema, which is now both successful and diverse.